Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know what this is the series where I'm basically trying to buy a load of stuff and then sell it and flip it on eBay to basically save up for a holiday. So I've got a bit of a different video for you today. Normally I sit down with the camera and I go through what I've sold and what I've bought, but not today. It's a Monday morning and I've had about 6 sales over the weekend. So what I thought I'd do for you guys is basically pack them all up, post them off, and then maybe clean up some more shoes and then watch me list them on eBay. So basically just a little day of what I do on my days off to make this money. I'm not going to give an update this week about how much money I've got in total. I'll save that for next week for you guys. Last week I think I was at about 500, which is pretty good. That holiday's coming along nicely. Anyway, first things first is we need to find these 6 orders. Okay guys, so that is all my orders collected. It's a lot of stuff. So I'll just go quickly through what's sold. There's mainly shoes and then there's a couple of other items here. So this is a Risk vintage board game. I believe it came from around the 80s and this was at a boot sale for £1. And the reason I picked it up is because in here, it was all so neatly put together in bags and stuff. So I thought, wow, this is very good condition. And the board is very nice as well. I thought for £1, that's got to be worth something more. Basically sold it for 12 on eBay, so 12 times, I'll take that. The next thing is this little James Bond car. This is actually from a friend who had loads of them, so I've got a big box of them over there. I think they came from the James Bond magazine collection from like 2010, and there's just so many of these little cars, and I've been slowly listing them individually, which I'm not sure if that's right, or maybe I should list them by film, but at the moment I'm doing individually. This one sold for £15, and I'm actually splitting the profit with the person who gave me this, but they didn't cost me anything, so £15 there, so that's £7.50 for me. I should also say all of this is excluding eBay fees. eBay will take about 12% of all purchases. Okay, onto the shoes. So we have these lovely little New Balance shoes here. They're a little bit dirty, but they were in a lot worse condition when I first got them. They have sold for £35 and I paid. You can see right here, this is my shoe list of all the things I bought and sold, and the green ones are sold. New Balance 237. I paid just £11 for them. I was hoping for 45, but I'll take 35. Next thing that's sold are these Converse shoes. These are the chunky soles. There's a bit of wear to the back there. And this one I believe has a little mark there, which is actually like a scratch, which is I mentioned in the listing. That obviously brought the price down a little bit. I paid £15 for those and they've sold for 30, so £15 there. I didn't realise about the scratch when I bought them, but that's still £15 profit, so pretty happy with that. Next thing are these Nike shoes here. These are E-Series running shoes. Now, I bought these quite early on. I didn't really know that much. I was just buying things and experimenting. What I have learned is running shoes, not that popular. Most running shoes, you're only gonna get around £20, £25 for them, so you don't really want to be paying more than £5. So for these, I paid £8. And as I said, I got them quite early on. I've been doing this for a month. They're probably like one of my longest eBay listings I've had. Someone gave me an offer for 17. They were on there for 20 and I just thought, sure, get them gone. So that's £10. So, and last but not least is in this box here, more New Balance. New Balance obviously sell great. It's so popular at the moment. These are some lovely brand new New Balance shoes. Now these are actually wide fit. They're quite big, size 11, I think. Basically brand new. These were actually a gift for me. Someone bought them for my birthday, but I don't have wide feet. So I thought, let's list them brand new. I could probably get some decent money for that. It's basically birthday money, but that will be going into the savings. So there's absolutely nothing I paid for those. And they sold for brand new about £55. And they're about 70 brand new if you buy them from the shop. So that's a pretty good deal for someone, I think, £55. And I think for the fees on that on eBay, they take about £5 because that was such a big purchase. So obviously about 50 quid there for me. But so all in total, I think there's around about 170, 180 pound here for me, but I've got to go through and buy the shipping and pack this all up and then go post it. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I thought I might just quickly take you guys through how I pack up these items. So you can see here, I've got a massive roll of bubble wrap, which I'm actually not gonna use just yet. So to start off with, I put the New Balance shoes in just one of these poly bags in a box. It's already protected. I didn't worry with bubble wrap for this one. So I just slot that in there like that. And then I sieve it down like this, and I just like to go over it with a bit of tape to make sure nothing like that's not gonna come unstuck or anything. And then you can see here, I'm just quickly printing off the labels off eBay, which I actually forgot to do before I started this. And then I just tape it down like this on the box, nice and easy. Make sure it's all nicely taped up and secure, nothing's gonna rip. You can see here, nicely well packaged. So here I've got the Risk board game, and this is actually such a big thing to package. I didn't really think about that before I bought it, but I thought best thing to do is wrap it up in bubble wrap like this. You can see here. tape it all down, make sure it's nice and secure and not going to get damaged in any way. And then I actually had to go out and buy one of these gigantic poly bags. I didn't have one which actually fit it, so I had to get a big one like this, but it does go in. There are ones big enough, and then again tape up over the top. Add the address on there again, tape it over. I really need to get some sort of sticker machine for it where I can just print them off and stick them on, because this uses a lot of tape this way. It's not the most efficient, but so that one's all nicely taped up. Put it in the bag, and then next up the shoes. So shoes I usually just place like this, heel to toe, and then I just do a bit of bubble wrap, tape it up like that, make sure they're nice and secure, no damage. Shoes are pretty robust because they're not going to really get too damaged in transit. And then just slip it in one of these medium-sized poly bags again, and then tape it on the label, nice and simple. And you can see here I'm just doing the other one, the New Balance shoes, and in they go, and tape on the label, nice and easy. So this next one is the James Bond car. Now this is a pretty fragile, like it's all plastic, and I didn't want the plastic to crack or anything, so I wrapped it in quite a fair bit of bubble wrap, put it in this old Amazon box here, used the paper that came with the Amazon box, and just make sure it was nice and secure, taped it all over, put the label on, and hopefully that's going to get there without any damage, and I get my money when it gets there. In the bag it goes. Okay, that is everything packed. Sorry, the audio might not be great because I've not got my mic on now, but I'm about to go out and send this, so I can be bothered to just put it on me. Packed all that, took about half an hour. Actually, the 6th parcel the buyer hasn't paid for yet, so I will pack that up and send that off probably tomorrow once I get the payment. Anyway, time to go post these. It's a lovely sunny day, so I'm going to take a trip over there. Okay, so just quickly thought I'd voice over me posting as well here. So this is me getting out of the car, grabbing my bags, nice and easy. So all of my stuff actually goes with InPost on Vinted and eBay. It's basically these big lockers where you can just go in, scan your label like this, it opens up one of the lockers, you put it in, close it, and done, off it goes. You don't have to talk to anybody, which is great for a millennial like me. And yeah, I scan each one of these in, you can see here, different lockers open, put them in, job done. It doesn't take longer than 5 minutes. All right guys, now that is all sent off and done, that's the profit made. And while I was doing that, the other buyer actually paid for those other Converse, so I'll pack those up, probably off camera, and then I'll get them sent off tomorrow. But I've got about 45 minutes before I need to head out and go somewhere. So what I'm going to quickly try and do is clean up one pair of shoes that I've got down there, and then I want to, as quickly as possible, get that on eBay, because I'm trying to do one a day at least. Or if not, I will be doing that when I get back. So I'm going to do a quick montage of the cleaning, but it might be dark by the time you see my listing. Okay, so final voiceover, I'm just going to explain what I do with the shoes here to clean them up. So essentially that bowl is just hot water and washing up liquid. So you can see here how dirty they are. Like, these aren't too bad, but they are a little bit dirty, but they should clean up quite quickly. So I've just got a shoe brush here, put it in the bowl, get it nice and soapy with the water, and then yeah, scrub away. Each pair of shoes doesn't take longer than maybe 5-10 minutes. It's definitely worth doing because it does increase that price. And I've also got just a little toothbrush for some of those more like stubborn dirt stains that won't go away, and you have to kind of work in there quite closely, so the toothbrush is always useful. And you can see here the difference between on the left before and on the right is the one that I've just done, and like it's gone from like a kind of grey colour to just basically white, which is what people want to see when they're spending like £50 on shoes. Luckily for me, the size of these actually weren't that dirty as well. And this pair actually only cost me £10 on Vinted, and they're actually vegan leather, so I'm hoping these will sell for quite a high price. I think you'll see later on in the video me listing them on eBay, and I'll explain a little bit more.
3 hours later.
Hey guys, so I'm back and it's now dark. And actually while I was out, I've had another sale. Another one of those James Bond little cars has sold. Someone offered me 13, it was on for 15, and I'll be honest, I've got so many of them, I'll just take anything over a tenner for each of those. That's £5, well 13, that's £6.50 to me and £6 to my friend. I'm just about to cook some dinner, and those shoes I cleaned up earlier should now be clean. So I'm gonna quickly take some pictures, list those, and then that will be eBay done for the night. And then what I'm probably gonna do is try and make one little TikTok, because I'm back to work tomorrow, so I won't have any time. So I'm gonna make a little TikTok short to go out tomorrow on all my socials. And then I'm gonna sort out all the payments myself, and hopefully there'll be no returns and everyone will be happy and it'll all be positive feedback. And I'll do a little breakdown of the costs, including eBay fees, which I know a lot of you have been asking for, so you know exactly how much profit I've made. Okay, I lied in the last voiceover. This is actually the last one now. I like to just tuck the laces in here when I take the pictures for eBay. I've actually got little shoe inserts as well. And it's really simple. All I do is I place the shoes like this and just take a picture on my phone. I think eBay like it when you do about 10 or more pictures on eBay. So I like to take front on ones like this, and I take close-ups on the sides, and then on the reverse side as well. And I like to do a top down and back and front. And then all importantly, that size label, everyone wants to check the size. And don't forget to take a picture of the soles. And then you can see here, I just get ready and list that on eBay. So how I find out the price is I go on Google Lens and I upload one of the pictures that I just took, and essentially it will bring up all the Google searches with something that looks like that. And I actually struggled with these. I think because they're vegan leather, I couldn't really find the exact one anywhere on eBay. So I was struggling for a price a little bit on these. You see here I've searched on eBay and it only came up with these black ones, and I checked the solds and there weren't really many there. There was one pair you can see, and I think if you look here, yeah, there was about $83 on eBay. So there's no England ones. So I listed these quite high for about 70. I always like to list high and then go lower over time, so I'm not undercutting myself. I imagine I'll probably end up selling these for around 50, but I've stuck them on there for 70 to start off with. And you can see here, there's my vintage sold for £11 with the fees, and then just adding them to my list and then working out my actual profit. If I sold them for 70, it would be about £56, but that's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be closer to 30 or 40, if I'm honest. And also, as I was doing this, I just got another offer right here for some gazelles for 38. I think they're on for 45, so can't remember if I accepted that. I might have, I might not have, but anyway, it's always nice when you're working and then more sells. Just here you can see I quickly just threw together a TikTok to go out tomorrow before I go back to work.
Later.
Okay guys, that is it for today. It's like 11:30. I am exhausted. I need to go to bed and get ready to go to work tomorrow. So this is basically like a little insight into my part-time eBay selling, like what I do on my day off when I don't have much else planned. I kind of went out in the middle of today, which obviously took out a lot of time. If I didn't do that, most likely would have listed like 3 or 4 more things and maybe cleaned some more shoes, but you got to have a life as well, haven't you, right? I have gone through and I've calculated all my eBay stuff. I've done the 6 sales, took away the fees and the postage, and I came to a whole total of about £120 this weekend that I made, basically, just from those sales. But obviously, overall in total, I probably made about 180, but then you minus postage and fees and like the cost of the actual item, so I'm using about £70 there. It is a shame. It kind of doesn't feel as much when you see 170. You're like, oh wow, that's a lot of money. You actually calculate it all, it's 120. But I'm trying to be honest on this channel. If you guys are thinking of getting into this is like a realistic view of what profits you could be making. Obviously I'm still learning. I'm like a month into this, so if you really learn your stuff, you could know exactly what you're looking for and then be like really price up your items. And I'll be honest, I feel like I am selling some of this stuff cheap. I'm getting offers and I just kind of want it gone. When an offer comes in, I think, yeah, I'll have that offer and I'll just get it gone. Whereas if I maybe waited or counter offered, I probably could be getting that extra couple of pennies or a couple of pounds. But I'm just happy to get it gone. This is the end of the video, so thank you for watching this far. Subscribe, stick around to see me vlog my holiday when I get there. There's another £100 in the bank.